Then moving on to the next para. So this is the next concern. What is this para talking about? What is the next concern that you're talking about?
Traffic issues.
Okay, you're talking about traffic congestion, you're talking about pollution, right? Is this the way to start? Are there any templates that you've learned in my problem solution class lectures? Is this the template for starting or talking about another problem, or are there some specific templates that I have, given you? Aparna, any specific template that I have given you when you have to, talk about the concern or talk about the challenge?
Challenges. I mean, you mean the problem and solution type, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes. You remember I gave you one.
So in the first paragraph, we talk mainly about the problems, and then the second paragraph we talk about the solutions.
Concern. What is more?
So okay, you talk about. So you mean the sentence?
Yeah.
Okay.
The templates.
So as far as
okay. So a far more
what
serious
is worrisome?
concern, what is more worrisome is traffic congestion and pollution. So again, try to avoid using and as well as. Most major, again, no linkers. What is your topic sentence? What is your explanation? Nothing. Most major cities are swamped with automobiles. Very good. Swamped with, very good. So swamped means, like too many automobiles. It's a phrasal verb that she has used, which is amazing. Very good. Swamped with. Swamped is the verb and with is in the position. Resulting in severe traffic congestion. Severe traffic congestion, again, not repeating the same words. Bottleneck. Okay. Yeah. Now, so you are basically explaining on this that, how it happens and all that. So there's too much, too many automobiles. And so there are, there's traffic bottleneck, and because of which there is rising levels, unchecked rising levels of pollution. So could have written it in one sentence, right? Again, there is a chance to combine them. Yeah. So to be more precise, most major cities are swamped with automobiles, resulting in severe traffic bottleneck as a result of the exhaust fumes from these cars polluting the air. So these two sentences could have been clubbed, right? Easily. Maybe you could have said that most major cities are swamped with automobiles, resulting in severe traffic bottleneck. And, or you can say along with the index due to rising, you can say due to notorious exhaust fumes from the cars. So can you see this? Swamped with automobiles, resulting in severe traffic bottleneck along with poor quality index. Yeah. Poor quality index, air quality index due to again. This is a reason. So it's good. Deleterious is again, you know, a better word for harmful or detrimental. Exhaust fumes from these cars that lead to respiratory ailments such as asthma in the commuters. Yeah. This issue, again, you're starting with a solution. So if you're starting with a solution, there has to be the use of a contrasting linker. This time I'm doing it, next time onwards, if I find it, then I'll ask you to rewrite it. Contrasting. This issue might be solved by imposing, might be solved again, you know, a pragmatic approach. Do not keep on repeating the same thing. A pragmatic approach. You remember these templates that we had used in problem solution essays? Pragmatic approach is by imposing a congestion fee on cars entering the city center, which would reduce the number of vehicles on the road. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, so now if you're giving a number of problems and if you're giving a number of solutions, then maybe you can avoid giving an evidence for every solution. Okay, and you can just, and for this particular solution that you have given, this does not need any more, I mean, this doesn't need any more explanation. It is quite explanatory the way you have written. So we might not have to give another sentence for explaining, or we might not have to give another evidence in order to, but you can if you want to. But if you give, then you cannot end the para with an evidence. You again have to give, you know, a rounding of sentence. Okay, all right. Fine. So, okay. Moving on to the next one. Finally, there is the issue of public transportation quality and cost. I mean, you don't have to mention so many problems, you know. 2 problems and 2 solutions should be more than enough. Rather, work more on the sentence construction part. And that is the reason you could not focus and emphasize on linkers. You could not focus on sentence construction, nothing. I mean, the essay just has content. You've just talked about the problems, you've just talked about the solution, and you have maintained the paragraphs. Where are your different sentence constructions that you had learned during the lectures? Neither nor, either or, unless, if then, if not. Where are they? Not only, but also. You remember those? Then I don't find any of them. I don't find any of them. And without them, you would lose that 25% of weightage that you have in your grammatical range and accuracy. You'll just lose it. Got it? What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that's important. So instead of writing so many problems and solutions, focus on 2 maybe, and try to focus more on the language, words, linkers, different sentence constructions. That would fetch you with your marks, because the content just has 25% of weightage. As long as you're giving two concerns and 2 solutions, which is addressing the concern, more than enough. Okay. All right. To sum up, you can give to sum up, you can give in conclusion. So these are the conclusion linkers. To conclude, you can give in a sense. You can give all in all. All right. So all these are the conclusion linkers. While cities clearly face a variety of concerns, it is undeniably possible to begin addressing. No, be specific. Be specific in your conclusion. Do not give generalized and vague conclusions. Even though, summarize the concerns in different words. If you want, you can even mention some new concerns, but summarize at least the concerns that you have written. First, summarize the concerns that you've already mentioned, and later on, you can, if you want, you can use the others. Okay, 8, 9, that, and now summarize the solutions. Would help in working through. See, you guys are my old students. You've attended large number of lectures. If you produce these kind of essays, I'm not going to correct them. I'm telling you. I'll ask you to rewrite it by taking reference from all the corrected samples and the lectures that I've given. Okay, so then remove this. Then you can say unless. So a rounding of sentence, because such a lengthy essay, you know, I don't want you to just end it abruptly. just in one sentence. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, there's no hard and fast rule that you have to give 2 sentences. You have to summarize. After summarizing, you have to give another rounding of sentence. But I say, from my experience and analysis, such a lengthy essay, so much you've written. If you just give one sentence, it's kind of ending it in round. So maybe we could just have done it in this way, unless. All the stakeholders. So when I say all the stakeholders, do not keep on repeating. Do some efforts, Shiva. If you're not getting words, go to the dictionary and find out synonyms. Do not keep on repeating the same words. Government. Thrice you have used the word government. Why? You have a Cambridge dictionary. Go to refer to the Cambridge dictionary whenever you find that you're running out of synonyms for words. Okay. So you can say government. So you can even say state. Or you can say the national and the local regime. Must take the lead in addressing these issues, challenges, concerns, unless. So unless a national and local regime takes the lead in addressing these issues, addressing the concerns, or you can say, providing reasonably practicable measures of, right way of survival for the city dwellers, or where should go. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened, Aparna? How's the weather in London? Is it still, I mean, it's not cold there, right?
No, ma'am, it's springtime, so it's good climate.
I mean, the climate is almost like ours, right?
I don't know the climate in northern part. Actually, in southern part, it's summer now. Sorry, it's rainy season now.
Yeah, it's
So,
raining. It's raining.
Yeah.
I think May, June, it's like that.
It's actually the end of summer, but the climate is changing. Actually, the rainy season starts in southern part nearly June or at the end of But nowadays the climate is changing. Sometimes the rain comes, so we can't predict.
Right. And how's the weather in Canada, Shiva? It's cold.
Yeah, now, no. Started summer.
Summers. Okay. Yeah, I mean, more or less, it's like that. Just one or 2 months here and there, because I have students for SAT from Ontario and Toronto. Those kids, I mean, those young adults, they are in standard 12, so they are like, it's going to be, they kind of have the sessions.
How's climate in your hometown?
In India, it's kind of, it's not summers over here. It started raining almost. So we have this, we have a low pressure in our place. So a depression kind of a thing. So I just wish that, this goes and we have proper heavy rains. So that. Okay. So talking about the introduction, nowadays, do not start with nowadays. It's not wrong, but it's a very common way of starting. So I always say, please. It is still a matter of concern. When is your exam, Shiva?
28th.
Ma'am, mine also 28th.
Oh, you're also writing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're also. Achha, okay.
Because I changed the time, the date, because they given me a few dates. Those are in April last, May 1st, and then some on June 1st week and May last. So I took to May 28th.
This is a general sentence. It is still a okay, so you can start like this. It is inevitably true that an inexorably increasing, it's a collocation, inexorably increasing number of people live in large cities or choose to live. That's also a better way of writing. You can say metro cities, you can say urban, like urban conurbations are rapidly expanding. Although cities very good, although contrasting thinker. Cities are appealing locations to live and offer a diverse range of employment and vocational options. Options, again, are common word, opportunities. Okay. They also face a number of serious societal issues. Who face? Cities, no, right? People face, dwellers face, the residents face. So if you write they, there's a pronoun ambiguity. What is the pronoun referring to? What is they referring to? We don't know the subject. Are you talking about cities? Are you talking about locations? We don't know. So this is an error which is known as pronoun ambiguity. It's a very prominent error when it comes to GMAT, sentence correction thing. So pronoun ambiguity. This is a pronoun they, but we don't have who they is referring to. So you should always use a pronoun or a referencing word only when you have the subject in that same sentence. So probably you are talking about the people, the residents. So you can say residents. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hopefully, I'll be traveling this December. I'm not sure. Could be. So let's see. If I travel, then probably, yeah, but Europe and London are two different parts, right? It's the continent and London is different. It's
You're
a
coming
UK.
to London, ma'am?
No. I'm not sure. I'll travel to Europe, but I'm not sure whether I'll come to London or not. So we'll see.
If you're coming in London, please call me, okay?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Residents also face a number of severe societal issues. It's not serious. Okay. Face, okay. Confront, struggle with, grapple with. Okay. Deluge of. I'm talking about better words, advanced words, less commonly used words. All right. This essay will look at some of these issues. We write that this essay analyzes, or we can say delves in detail into the challenges or the adverse consequences of living in urban cities, and or why and how. So you can say this essay delves in detail into how urban dwellers, or you can say inhabitants, confront or struggle with. I mean, you can. So that's the reason I always say that you don't have to give another sentence before. You can just do it over here. So and suggest corrective measures. Suggest how corrective measures such as governmental subsidies would help getting around. This is the ideal content statement. Why and how is something that becomes a very integral part of your this thing, content statement. Clear? So,
Yeah.
okay. Any other doubts anywhere? The session gets over and you guys just pack up the entire thing and you kind of keep it, right? Then again I'll write something and I'll submit, and that would
Okay.
please refer to all these lectures. Please